Hola and welcome to Scottish1991 versus Realty 33. I am going to be playing as the British, and my opponent will be the Prussian army. Let's take a look at my army here. I've got 4 units of foot and 2 units of Highland foot. I have 3 units of rifles, long-range skirmishers, 4 units of fencibles with a unit of foot's guard. On my left flank I have a unit of dragoons and my general unit. And on my right flank I have 2 units of dragoons. My artillery is a 7-pound mortar and a horse-drawn cannon. My opponent has a number of Jaegers that are hidden right now, and he's got about 6 units of musketeers. He has 2 units of rockets, 2 units, or 1 unit of 7-pound mortar, and a unit of 8-pound artillery. He has a general unit, 2 units of cuirassiers, and a unit of hussars, the spear checking guys, and he has 2 units of Silesian Schulten. Since this video is so long, I'm going to cut it down a lot. So here is where my army came up to his army, and our skirmishers started to fire at each other. At this time, he kept on bombarding me with his rockets, so that really demoralized troops, but I don't think it kills a lot. It didn't do much damage to my guys. He sent a unit of cuirassiers on his left flank, my right, onto the hill, overlooking my guys, and then on his right flank, he put these guys in a line, the 3 units of musketeers and his other unit of cuirassiers, while I have my 4 units of fencibles, my foot guard unit approaching his right. So he's still shooting me with rockets. We're still, exchanging fire. The hilly terrain's pretty bad because none of us can see each other very well. So here I also fast forwarded to where I charged his unit of cuirassiers, but I wasn't really paying attention, and they ran into this stake formation. So that was my bad, but it happened. It's basically just still firing. Our skirmishers at each other. Ugh. I was worried about the unit of horses he has right here because my fencibles can't form a square, so in the end I switched my foot guard over to where my fencibles are. So in this time I move forward to exchange more fire, so my actual line infantry can actually breach him, so more firepower is being shot to him. He managed to kill my 2 units of dragoons, and then he started to charge with his horses into my rifles. So at this time I thought he was charging my Highland foot, but I guess not, so I formed him into a square right before he got there, but he just charged right into the rifles afterward. So yeah, we're just hanging out on my left flank here, not really doing anything. All the main action's going on the right. Here my 1 unit of my rifles ran because of the freaking cuirassier unit, and they're exchanging hand-to-hand combat with my Highland foot here. The Highland foot is pretty good in close combat, probably better than foot though, because I'm Nate in Scotland. At this time, my fencibles were able to be in range, but still, with the hilly terrain, they couldn't see him, so no one really got hit. And they're exchanging fire. Rockets are still going, and he tried to hit my general by himself, but the rockets just knocked. And there goes another unit that runs. Back here I got my cannons firing. They're within range, and they're just taking pot shots at the guys. And over here, my mortars are right here, but I didn't know that they weren't in range or anything. So, but I guess there is some right now. So he had a group of musketeers charge my rifles here, and so here's another fast forward. So what happened is that I formed my fencibles on my left flank to cover, and I charged my Highland foot and regular foot into his unit of musketeers that charged my rifles. his unit is routing right now, and I brought these dragoons over to help flank the right side. And then again, I saw the spikes, and I stopped at the last second, but still, I killed him. So right here on his right flank, my left, I had a unit of foot charge his artillery piece, the rockets, and his cannon. So I eliminated all the artillery on my left flank, so I don't have to worry about anything hitting my general or my unit over here. And one of my fencibles had regrouped and was just standing there. And then I decided to charge these foot against the musketeers back there. Over on my right side again, my rifles are exchanging fire. And the two foot units, the Highland and the regular foot, are charging the other unit of rockets. So I eliminated all the artillery on the right side as well. So at this point, after I killed the artillery, I had both my foot units, the Highland and the regular foot, charge that unit of musketeers. And then I had my dragoons charged what was left of the Jaegers. I managed to defeat that unit of the musketeers with my 2 foot units, and I moved forward to exchange shots with my riflemen. But when I noticed that he had another musketeer unit behind me, I decided to charge because once again 2 is better than 1. So in my case.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Oh, I'm sorry, this is my foot guard. So pretty early battle scenes. Napoleon Total War is definitely better with the close combat scenes than Empire, in my opinion. So a couple of my fencible units are out. And my cannon and mortar are still exchanging fire. I charged my general unit against his musketeers, but right when they formed a square, I had him run back. But so I lost a couple in the process, though. So to charge into the big unit where the fighting's going between my fencibles and the musketeers. At this time, I defeated the musketeers on my right flank and decided to charge into the musketeers that were coming into me. I defeated them and am pushing up forward. I decided to make a firing line and shoot at these musketeers right here. So on my left flank, the musketeers managed to kill the fencibles. And another fast forward, he has these Silesian Schulten charge my elite unit of foot guard to basically to distract them so they don't fire at the musketeers. So while this is going on, my regular foot unit's firing, taking out quite a number of his his musketeers right here, and he decided to charge his other Silesian Schulten as well. So my mortar managed to take out the unit of musketeers on his right flank, and I decided to charge my fencibles over the hill. And this time my foot unit and my foot guard unit are fighting the 2 units of Silesian Schulten and his general unit charging as well, so they're not going to hold out for very long. And I set up my fencibles on the hill to fire at them for the musketeers. So basically he manages to kill all of my units except for my artillery pieces, my cannon and my mortar. But on a freaking lucky shot, I managed to kill his general that's come forward to my artillery pieces. So once his general dies, the rest of his army retreats, and so it was a very close game. It was a close victory.